We begin today in a nice, comfortable cross-legged seated position, sitting up nice and straight, nice and tall, nice and relaxed. As always, listening to our bodies, never going anywhere it does not want to go. Moving and swaying from side to side if you need. Loosen up your hips, loosen up your legs, get those shoulders moving. We want to be loose. We want to be able to move around in our poses. And as you continue to settle and relax the glutes, the tailbone starts to sink down into the mat. You then place your hands on your knees with your palms up as an act of receiving. If they are not already, go ahead and close your eyes. And that is kind of like stepping into the moment, stepping onto your mat and into your practice. Following the poses, scanning your body from within. Remembering always that yoga is about how it feels, not about what it looks like. As you continue to scan your body in this cross-legged seated position, going from the toes up to the head, back down, vice versa, making sure those toes are nice and relaxed, the shins and calves, relaxing the knees, all those big muscles at the top of the legs, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, continuing to relax those glutes. Rolling out the shoulders. Don't rush in, don't try and jump into that seated position. If you don't get rid of this tension, you don't roll it out, it's just going to linger, it's going to take itself with you, hold you back. Get the body loose. As hard as it is, fight the urge to force your spine into a position. In fact, we want to do the opposite. Relax all of the muscles in your back. Let the spine stack itself. Follow the spine. If it shifts your body a little left, go with it. Follow it. See what the spine wants to do. See what the body wants to do. Relaxing all the way up to the back of your neck, all the way up to the base of your skull. And at this time, we take that first big deep breath in through the nose, filling your belly and your chest. And slowly exhale out of your mouth, relaxing the body from head to toe. Even the muscles deep in the belly relax a little bit more. The glutes settle, and you start to feel that bowl shape in your belly, your hips, and your legs. As you gently pull your belly button in towards the spine, you lift your chest up, get nice and tall, nice and long. But then I want you to tuck your rib cage in. Not a big motion, not a big adjustment, but it makes a huge difference in your core. It makes the spine a little bit longer. And as your head finds a nice neutral forward-facing position, you bring your attention to your crown chakra, the very, very top of your head. Without lifting your chin or bending your neck in any way, see if you can get the top of your head a little bit closer to the ceiling. Again, we're not lifting the chin, not bending the neck, not arching the back. Pushing from your tailbone, through the spine, through the body, up through the top of your head, and directly and straight up towards the ceiling. And it shouldn't get you out of breath. It shouldn't get you worked up too much. Little adjustments, constant flows of energy, all coming together to break that chaos that we carry with us each and every day. To give us some stillness, to make us feel grounded, in the pose, on the mat, wherever you are. So let's go ahead now and take that second big deep breath in. Make it a little bit bigger than the first one. In through your nose and out through the mouth as you relax that body even more from head to toe. Now that the body has had a chance to settle in, bring more of your focus to your breath, following it in through the nose, down into the lungs, the chest, the belly. Then coming out of the body, up through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And as the body just completely lets go and stays completely still for just a few moments, we find some of the most peaceful and beautiful moments of our day, of our week. And now that we've had a chance to reset, to let go, to set our intention for today's practice, we begin by wiggling our toes. Yes, wiggle them in that seated position. Go ahead, wiggle your fingers as well, opening and closing the fists. Feel that blood circulating through the legs, through the arms, all the way up to the shoulders, through the belly, into the chest. And as you wiggle your toes and fingers, you inhale a nice big yawn, a nice big smile. And as you exhale, that awareness fills every square inch of your body. It's loose, in the moment, and ready to go. We sit up nice and straight, nice and tall. Take our first breath in as we drop our hands and arms out and up over our head. Palms meet. Take a nice little deep stretch here. And as you exhale, let's bring our hands to heart center. Taking just another moment or two. And then interlace your fingers, release the index and thumb, squeeze your hands nice and tight. Bring your arms back up over your head, get long in the torso. Remember, we're not arching the back. We come straight up. The head is facing forward, nice and neutral. The neck is not tight. You can look left, you can look right. As you face forward, you feel that tightness in your shoulders. We take a few bends and a few sways, loosening up the hips even, but you know where the shoulders need it. Keep those arms straight, maybe pull from one side to the other. And then make your way back up to vertical. As you wiggle in, you're a little taller, a little longer, and a little stronger. Squeeze your hands, take a big breath in, reach up for the ceiling, sky, wherever you may be. And exhale, keep those elbows straight, pull your shoulders down, and settle in. Squeeze those hands, big deep breath in, pull those arms up. And as you exhale, once again, straighten those elbows, pull your shoulders down. The more breath you let out of the body, the more room those shoulders have to come down, and the longer those arms get. Squeeze those hands, breathe in, pull those arms up. And as you exhale, pull your shoulders down. And throughout all of this, we stay calm, we stay with our breath. Inhale. And a nice big exhale, you just relax the mind, relax the body, relax the breath. And at this time, we bring our hands down to heart center. With a big breath in, go ahead, roll your shoulders back. Let's see how they feel. And as you exhale, let those shoulders drop down away from the ears. Observe your breath. Observe your heartbeat. Feel that pulse throughout the body. Calm, steady, and controlled with the breath and in the mind. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to go ahead and take our right hand, place it on top of our left knee. Get a nice tight grip, keep that arm nice and straight. As you inhale, you're going to swoop your left arm up to vertical. Find vertical, settle in. As you inhale, reach up for the ceiling or sky, wherever you may be. Get long in that left side. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly bend to your right. Allow that right side to follow that right arm. Take that left shoulder, roll it back. Now you're safe and supported by yourself with that hand on the knee, so don't be afraid to breathe in and push that left arm away. Get it nice and straight, nice and long. And as you exhale, lean into that right arm. Allow the body to surrender to it. Roll that left shoulder back, straighten that left elbow, big deep breath in, reach that left arm away. And exhale, maybe take the bend a little more. Using that hand on your knee, bring yourself back up to vertical, facing forward. You want to reset and find vertical first. As you inhale, now reach up for the ceiling, reach, reach, reach. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that left hand across our lower back. Back of the hand is kind of hugging the right side. We flip the palm of our right hand, hugging the outside of our knee, sitting up nice and straight and tall. We turn that head to look over the left shoulder, and we look for that initial bend, that initial twist. Nice and easy, breathe in, look over your left shoulder. As you exhale, press into the back of both hands. That left elbow flies back. That right arm brings the body into that twist a little bit deeper. Sit up nice and straight, nice and tall. Big deep breath in. See if you can look over that left shoulder a little bit more. And as you exhale, press into the back of both hands. Relax the body and find that twist a little more. Wherever you are, maybe that's the deepest version of your twist. Maybe you have a little bit more. Either way, simply take a big deep breath in. Make some more space for yourself. As you exhale, press into the back of both hands. Maybe, just maybe, there's a little more. And then you're going to relax your left arm. You're going to relax your right arm. Slowly coming back to face forward, the head, neck, shoulders come back. Facing forward, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Inhale that left arm back up towards the ceiling or sky. Reach up high for it. And as you exhale, you're going to thread that left arm underneath your right, bringing the left hand to the right knee. As we transition to the other side, inhale that right arm up, find vertical, reach for the ceiling. And as you exhale, we very simply bend to the left. Different side, different stretch. Let that left side come forward, let that right side roll back. Get that right elbow nice and straight. Breathe in, push that right arm away. And as you exhale, slowly bend to the left a little bit more. Roll that right shoulder back. Take a big breath in. Push that right arm away. And exhale. Try and take that bend A little bit more. Roll that right shoulder back as much as you can. Big deep breath in. Push that right arm away, your longest stretch so far. And as you exhale, maybe you can take the bend just a tiny bit more. And then once again, you use that hand on your knee to bring yourself back up to vertical. Sometimes some tension can occur, so we want to make sure we reset at vertical. Inhale, reach up for the ceiling. And then again, as you exhale, we bring that right hand and arm across our lower back. Walk it over if you have the room. Flip the palm of your left hand, hugging the outside of your knee. And as you sit up nice and straight and tall, you turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Again, different side, different stretch. Same intentions though. Breathe in, look over your right shoulder. Exhale, press into the back of both hands. Inhale, look over your right shoulder. Exhale, press into the back of both hands. Deepen that twist, sit up straight, sit up tall. Inhale. And exhale, press into the back of both hands. Wherever you are, stay there. Take as big of a breath in as you can. Let that breath help you stretch just a little bit more. And as you exhale, press into the back of both hands. Slowly relaxing the arms, bringing the head, neck, shoulders, chest, torso back to face forward. We release that right arm up to vertical. We release that left arm up to vertical. Shoulder distance, palms facing. As you take a nice big deep breath in, you reach up for the ceiling or sky. Push your palms towards the front of the room. And exhale, let's enter our forward bend. Reaching away as you transition down. Eventually those hands, fingertips, palms find the mat. Relax your legs, relax your head and neck, relax your arms and shoulders, relax your glutes, relax your belly. Imagine you had to fall asleep in this position, in this pose, in this place. How would you get so settled in? How would you get so relaxed so as to possibly take a nap? We're not forcing any part of this stretch or pose. Big, long breaths in. Push the belly to its limits because of those legs, because of that cross-leg seated position. Don't be afraid to pull some more air in. Let it travel through the body to the lower back, up the spine. Make some more room in the shoulders. And with every exhale, you just sink in a little bit more. Inhale. And a nice big exhale. If it's comfortable for you, you can walk those fingertips farther, farther, and farther away. Find a nice comfortable spot, relax the hands and palms, and continue. Everybody breathe in. And exhale, and just sink in. Allow the body to melt away. And then slowly walking your hands back towards the body. Tuck your chin into your collarbone as you place your hands on your knees. As you press into your knees, roll yourself up to vertical, lifting your chin to face forward. Let's reset those shoulders. Inhale, hands and arms out and up over the head. Palms together, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, float those hands to heart center. Reset. Come back to your breath if you drifted away. And then we transition to our nice flat tabletop. So remember, you can always grab onto opposite ankles, lean back, roll yourself forward into a nice flat tabletop, or simply transition however is best for you. In your flat tabletop, as always, hands underneath the shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, arms nice and straight, knees, feet hip distance apart, and tops of the feet release down to the mat. Looking down at the mat, or at least having your face look down at the mat if your eyes are closed, that puts your head in line with your spine, and that's going to be our neutral and starting point. As we come to our cat-cows, remember, coordinate your movement with breath. On the inhale, we find our cow. Breathe in, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, find that first arch in the back. As you exhale, press into the mat, round your back, tuck your chin in, and squeeze your glutes here. Let's stretch out the whole spine. Inhale, a bigger breath in, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. And exhale, press into the mat, round your back, tuck your chin in, and remember, squeeze those glutes. Inhale, big deep breath in, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, press into the mat, round your back, and tuck your chin in. Let's do one more set. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. And exhale, press into the mat, round your back, and tuck your chin in. Squeeze those glutes. And as you inhale, we're going to come back to that neutral starting position. Reset, let those cat-cows settle into the spine. Shift your hips left and right, make some space, make some room. And then we come into our spinal balances for today. We're going to start on our left side. So try and grip that mat like a basketball. Looking down, watch your fingertips turn white. That means you're doing it right, pressing in the right spots. Those palms stay flat down on the mat. And you grip with those fingers. The left arm is nice and straight. If you can do this with your eyes closed, even better. If you need to open your eyes, that's perfectly fine. But at this time, find something down in front of you on your mat that you can stare at, that you can focus on, and we're going to call that your focal point. When you're ready, you're going to go ahead and take your left leg, bring your left leg back to parallel, point the toes, and find that first. Make sure you're comfortable there. You have both hands, arms to support. There's no balance as of yet. Move that leg around, bend the knee, stretch it out if you need. And then you find that nice, strong, comfortable parallel position. All of your weight shifts to your right knee. Take a big, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you lift your right arm forward. And we find our first spinal balance. Making any adjustments, breathing nice and calmly, staying focused. Inhale, flex your foot towards the head. And exhale, point your toes and reach for the front of the room. Get a little bit longer. Inhale, flex your foot towards the head, stretching the back of the leg. Exhale, point your toes and reach for the front of the room. Inhale, flex that foot one more time. And exhale, point the toes and get as long as you can. From there, you're going to lower your right hand back down to the mat. Bring your left knee down and in, reset on your tabletop. And then we're going to transition to the other side. So now that right hand, flatten that palm, grip that mat with those fingertips, straighten that right arm, nice and strong, nice and stable. Whether it's the same focal point or a different one, look down at your mat if you need to, or with your eyes closed. When you're ready, go ahead and bring that right leg back to a parallel position. See how this side feels. And remember, move it around, loosen it up, bend it, move it, slide it. And then come back to that same parallel position, just a little stronger, a little bit more ready. All of the weight starts to shift into the left knee. You take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, you lift that left arm forward. When we initially come up into that bind, some of us like to hold our breath a little bit, keep the breath constant. Get that initial panic out of the mind. Stay on your focal point, stay with your breath. Inhale, flex the foot towards the head. Exhale, point the toes and get real long from tip to tip. Inhale, flex the foot towards the head. Exhale, point those toes, reach a little bit more in both directions. Inhale, flex the foot towards the head. Exhale, point those toes and reach, reach, reach. Staying with the breath, staying calm, staying focused. Lower your left hand down underneath the left shoulder. Bring that right knee in and down as you return to your nice flat tabletop. Today we're going to go ahead, lift those feet up and curl those toes, tuck them under. Try and walk your toes to your knees. And then from there, we're going to get a deep and intense foot stretch, but also a nice little restorative and rest pose as we drop our buttocks towards those heels. Keep the head and neck nice and relaxed. As much as it might seem impossible, try and relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your legs, relax your mind, and relax your breath. And then very slowly shift your torso forward. Release the top of the feet back down to the mat. Stretch them out. See how they feel. And then once again, we're going to go ahead and roll those toes. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to press into the mat. You're going to lift your hips and find that first down facing dog today. And then we're going to pedal ourselves into it, bending one knee at a time. Get those nice deep stretches up the back of the legs, the hips, the glutes. Sometimes if you get a deep enough pedal, you'll feel it in the lower back. And then you come back to center. Get ready, take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, we press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room, and deepen that dog. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room. Looking up at your hands, we enter our first salutation. Inhale, walk, step, or jump to half back. And exhale, take that first forward fold. Completely surrendering to it. Let go all the way through the head and fingers. Tuck your chin in. Roll yourself up to vertical. Nice and slow, especially that first time. As you lift your chin, inhale those hands and arms up, palms together, take that stretch. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale to half back. And exhale, plant your palms, step back into your plank pose. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, lower down, knees, chin, chest, or that full chaturanga swoop as you inhale to your cobra or upward facing dog. Remember, up dog, only the hands and the top of the feet are on the mat and your chin is lifted. Big breath in and exhale, roll your toes, lift your hips back to that downward facing dog. Take a nice big deep breath in. And exhale, press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room. And you try and find a rest pose in your down dog today. Strong in the arms, calm in the breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, we slowly lower to the knees, release the top of the feet, and we find a child's pose. Bringing your forehead down to the mat, your forearms a block, your hands, whatever is most comfortable for you. Become aware of your breath right away, your pulse, your heartbeat. As you breathe in, you try and gain control of both of them. Exhale, you set the tone, let that breath out nice and slow. Inhale, a nice, slow, controlled exhale. And always remembering that child's pose is our safe pose. So if at any time during your practice you need to rest the body or rest the heart, please take a nice, easy child's pose. One more breath before we come out. Go ahead and take it at your own speed, pace, and depth. And then wherever you are, we're going to bring those hands and arms out in front of us. We're going to slowly bring ourselves back into a nice flat tabletop. Immediately roll our toes, take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, press into the mat, lift your hips, and find that downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room. Looking up at your hands, inhale, walk, step, or jump to half back. And as you exhale, take that forward fold and stay there. Surrender to that forward fold, legs nice and straight, pushing the back of the knees to the back of the room. Gently engaging those quadriceps. Maybe your fingertips or palms come down to the mat. But relax the torso, the head, the neck, the arms. And then from there, we're going to bend our knees. Everybody comes down to their fingertips or palms. Wrap your hands and arms around the back of your legs, and you try and grab on to opposite elbows. Find your balance, adjust your legs and feet as needed, and then relax your head and neck completely. The arms keep you in the pose, so you relax your torso, and we bring all of our attention to our legs. Take a nice big deep breath in, as big as you can with your belly smushed. And as you exhale, you start to engage your quadriceps. you try and push the back of your knees through your forearms. Again, the arms keep you in the bend, so relax your torso. Don't try and pull yourself in. Send all of your strength and energy into your legs. Breathe in and exhale, straighten those legs a little bit more. Stay calm, use your breath. Inhale and exhale, straighten those legs even more. And then go ahead and bend them. Come back to that original starting position. We place our hands flat down on the mat, palms ready to go. Inhale to half back now. Let's reset, facing forward. And once again, exhale, sink into that forward fold. Tuck your chin in. We're going to come up real slow here. We have been in an inversion. So as we roll ourselves up to vertical, we place our hands at our sides, palms facing forward, arms nice and straight, and we find our mountain pose while that blood travels safely back into the body, avoiding any lightheadedness or dizziness. Do not underestimate your mountain pose, a chance to find the symmetry in the body, to feel grounded, strong. Inhale, and a nice big exhale. From your mountain pose, breathe in, hands and arms up, palms together, take that stretch, and exhale your hands to heart center. Stepping up towards the front of your mat to make sure you have enough room. As we come into our warrior two stance, we're going to step our left foot back first. A nice wide stance. Both legs are straight as we start. Warrior two again. Remember, the front heel lines up with the arch of the back foot. That back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Both legs are straight. Our hands are still at heart center, and we're facing forward. We take our right arm first, bring it out in front of us, and then we take our left arm, bring it out behind us. We take a quick look back, make sure it's nice and straight and level, and then we come back to face forward. Whether your eyes are open or closed, gently looking over that right shoulder. As you breathe in, you reach for both sides of the room. As you exhale, you drop into that lunge. You bend that front knee. This front foot does not move from this point forward. And remember, our knee is always safely above or behind our ankle. We never let that knee come in front of the ankle. We don't want to hurt that ACL. You should be able to look down and see your toes peeking out in front of your knee. If you don't, simply step your back foot back. That's how we deepen the lunge. But once we bend that front knee, that foot does not move. So let's find that deeper. Breathe in, reach for the front and back of the room, stack the spine on top of the tailbone. And exhale, drop into that lunge a little bit more. Maybe walk that foot back if you need to. Now we're going to flip the palm of our front hand, place our left hand to the back leg, come up and over. If your eyes are open, you should be staring at the center of your palm and following it as it moves. Breathe in, push that right arm away. Exhale, we want to bend that front knee, stay in that lunge, and then walk the left hand down. Breathe in, push that right arm away. Exhale, bend the front knee, and walk our hand down. Inhale, and a nice big exhale. Breathe in, push that right arm away. And exhale, deepen it one more time. Bend that front knee, walk that left hand down. And then as you inhale, we bring that torso back up to vertical. Right arm forward, left arm back. One of my favorite transitions here, we're going to pivot that back foot. We're going to swoop that left arm forward, and we're going to come right into our warrior one lunge. As you inhale, reach straight up for the ceiling, and exhale, drop in a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, swan dive those palms down to the mat. Here we are in our runner's lunge. We're going to bend that back knee, release the top of the foot. Settle in. Your left hand is underneath the left shoulder. We're going to bring that right arm up towards the ceiling as the head turns to follow. Remember, we don't go past 12 o'clock. Inhale, try and touch the ceiling or sky wherever you may be. And exhale, you're going to press into that left hand. Use the mat, the strength in your shoulders to roll that right side back. Inhale, reach up for the ceiling. Exhale, press into the mat, roll that right shoulder back. Reach up one more time, big deep breath in. And exhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat. At this time, you can kind of rest on that right leg. Take a rest breath, reset. And then we're going to roll the toes on the back foot. Simply straighten that back leg. In our runner's lunge, once again, we step that right foot back. Big breath in, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, knees, chin, chest, or full chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, roll your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog, and we take a big deep breath in our downward facing dog. As you exhale, press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room. And then come down to your knees. Let's take a child's pose. Gathering your breath, resetting your focus. As we go through our flow, we get more tired. Gather yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. And wherever your hands and arms are, we bring them out in front of us. We shift our torso forward and return to our nice flat tabletop. Rolling those toes, take a nice, big, deep breath in. As you exhale, you press into the mat, lift your hips, press the back of the knees, enter your down dog. Looking up at your hands, inhale, walk, step, or jump to half back, hands on your knees facing forward. Exhale, take that forward fold. Don't waste it. Tuck your chin in, roll yourself up to vertical. Lift your chin, inhale, hands and arms up, palms together, take that stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Making sure we have enough room on our mat, we take a step or two up towards the front and then reset ourselves. Coming into our warrior two stance on the right side, stepping that right foot back. Nice wide stance. Remember, front heel lines up with the arch of your back foot. Both arms are at heart center with your palms together. Both legs are nice and straight. We bring that left arm forward first. We follow that right arm back. And then we come back to look over that left shoulder. Breathe in, straighten those arms. Exhale, bend that front knee, enter your warrior two lunge, and then check in on your knee. Is it safely above or behind that ankle? Can you look down and see your toes? If not, you can always step your back foot back, but that back leg stays straight. Breathe in, straighten those arms, reach for both sides of the room. Exhale, drop in a little bit more. Flip the palm of your front hand, drop your right hand to the back leg. If your eyes are open, you're looking at the center of your palm as that left arm comes up and over. Follow your palm. Breathe in, push that left arm away. Exhale, remember we want to stay in that lunge, so bend the front knee. Walk your right hand down the back leg. Inhale, push that left arm away. Exhale, bend that front knee. Walk your right hand down that back leg. Feel that reverse warrior. Breathe into that reverse warrior. And exhale, deepen that reverse warrior. Pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Keep that right leg straight and strong. Engage that quadricep. Inhale, push that left arm away. And exhale, drop in one last time. As you inhale, we come back up to vertical. That front knee stays bent. As we inhale once again, we reach for the front and back of the room. And we exhale, deepening that lunge one final time before our transition. Remember, pivot that back foot, swoop that right arm forward and up now, shoulder distance, palms facing. Big breath in as you try and touch that ceiling or sky. Exhale and drop into that lunge. Breathe in, reach up, find that length. Exhale, swan dive those palms down to the mat. In your runner's lunge, we drop to that back knee, release the top of the foot. Right hand is underneath that right shoulder. As you inhale, the left arm comes up, the head follows. We don't go past 12 o'clock. We breathe in, reach straight up. As you exhale, use that right arm, press into the mat, and roll that left shoulder back. Breathe in, reach up for the ceiling. Exhale, press into the mat and roll your left shoulder back. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Bring that left hand back down to the mat. Palms flat, ready to go. Roll the toes on your back foot. Straighten that back leg. In your runner's lunge, step your left foot back. Breathe in, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, knees, chin, chest, or full chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, roll your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in, our last dog stretch of this session. Exhale, press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, press into the mat, lift your tailbone, press the back of the knees to the back of the room. And then come down to your knees, release the top of your feet, come right into a child's pose today. And this is how we end our session. Walk your hands out in front of you, bring your forehead down, maybe to the mat. And immediately surrendering to the pose, not trying to deepen it, not forcing it, just melting into it. Again, imagine you had to sleep in this position for some odd reason. How could you get so comfortable and so relaxed? Become aware of your breath, your heart rate. Try and gain control of both. With a big breath in, fill the body with the necessary energy. And as you exhale, that energy explodes in the body and relaxes you bit by bit. And now please feel free to stay in your child's pose as long as you may need, and then coming out if, when, and how you would like. But for now, you're just staying in there, surrendering to the moment, staying calm with the mind and breath. I'd like to thank you, as always, for taking out a part of your day and sharing this part of your practice here with me. Hoping you all have a beautiful rest of your day, week. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and warm. Namaste.